quick NBA stuff. It looked like LeBron James was in the 2K trade finder. D'Angelo Russell and Roy Hachimura looked rather emotional last night after a dominant win. Is the writing on the wall for them? Like, was Braun really in the trade finder? Because like what D'Lo had 34 last night, and he was emotional unless it was something family. But to see Roy emotional too made me think it's something's in there. Something's brewing.
Yeah, they said the only hold up on the DeJounte trade is trying to find a third team to facilitate it so D'Angelo can get set elsewhere. So I don't think Atlanta's and makes sense. They got Trey Young. You don't need two small guards that don't play defense. So yeah, I mean if that's the only holdup, it seems like it's imminent. And it's part of the business, man. It's unfortunate as far as if you really felt this way about D'Lo, why not just go after Kyrie in the summer, right? If you was
he was at the game last year, he wanted to be there.
Yeah, and then you were telling me about untouchables on the roster. Like, don't tell me about Roy Hachimura or Austin Reeves being an untouchable. Like, nigga, what are you talking about? I mean, you pass on that to go Dante. Again, I think it'll help get easier baskets, which
It'll increase that pace.
but is it a needle mover? Hell no. Have you seen some of these young guns in the Western Conference?
Yeah, I mean, I was going that takes me to OKC. I mean, we heard what Anthony Edwards had to say about Shea getting every call in a book. I like that too, to kind of just hear that little jar, and you don't really hear that
The
a lot in
rivalry shit.
today's NBA. Yeah, you don't hear that in a lot of today's NBA. But those two of the top teams in the NBA right now, two of the younger teams in the NBA right now, and they very well could see each other later on down the line. But OKC, those young guns, it's hard to deal with young ladies on a night and night basis, especially when you got to deal with back to backs.
Yeah, man.
They're gonna be OKC. They a problem. They definitely a problem.
Very interesting in these early results. So we were out for almost 45 games into the season. So damn near, pretty much
Halfway.
over the halfway point. I mean, seeing how some of it's shaking out. It's very interesting. You got teams like Indiana or Orlando in playoff position with winning records. We talked about Philly last week, but Milwaukee, they're in striking distance for the number one seed in the East. You got Boston playing well still, and then in the West, the Clippers are playing amazing. The Suns are streaking as quiet as kept.
Yeah,
They've
they
been
won
they've been
five straight.
figuring it out. They've been figuring it out,
They
and
won five straight.
Devin Booker's been they just having different nights where a different person goes off.
Yeah.
And it's very stacked in that West. I'm looking at the standings now. I mean, 8th seed is 5 games above 500.
The Kings, yeah.
That's the 8th seed. You know what I mean? So obviously the play-in is going to be a factor. The Lakers sit in a nice spot with Utah tied at 522 and 22, but that's going to be a tough conference. Somebody like the Clippers, who've been playing amazing recently, they're only the 4th seed. You got New Orleans and Dallas in the mix. So yeah, I mean, it's RP Golden State, but everything else, and even Houston's involved. They 20 and 22. Ime could sneak in the play-in.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you could pick one of those teams, Houston, Golden State, Memphis, Portland, and San Antonio, obviously Portland and San Antonio probably not going to do it, but can any of those teams poach that top 10 in the West outside of Houston, Golden State, or is it just Houston that can inch in there? Because to me, it looked like that 10 would be set, barring
Yeah,
any
I mean, I think
barring any injuries.
I think I think if nobody get injured, I think Golden State done.
I'll say TBD on Golden State. As far as let's see what trades they make, but even so, I mean, you're trading these guys at horrible value. I mean, who wants some of these people at some point, right? Like, you're not trading the 2020 versions of these players. You trading them right now. So I don't know, man. It's gonna be difficult. Steph looks like he's stressed out. Well, tough luck, nigga.
What about the Knicks? The addition of OG Anunoby? We didn't really talk about that too much, but do you think that'll put the Knicks in a better position, adding him and subtracting the RJ Barris and Emmanuel quickly from the equation? Is he a better fit alongside Brunson and Randall per se?
I mean, Brunson and Randall, you see their numbers went up. They're going to get more shots. And maybe that's what they need. Maybe they need a defensive player because RJ Bird ain't playing no damn defense. He just want to shoot the ball on the wing. And quick. I mean, I think they're going to miss quickly more that scoring off the bench. But I think OJ, I think he fits with them. I really do.
Yeah, he's a Thibodeau player. Thibodeau's already acting a fool, playing him. I've seen box scores where he's playing 44 out of 48 minutes. I'm like, damn, this nigga Thibodeau wilding already. He just got him.
Absurd minutes.
But he's a Tib guy. Like he's going to play defense, play hard. He's versatile. Can play in and out on defense, and then also get to the cup, shoot a little bit. So I think for them to take a next step, he's the type of guy that you have to bring in. I don't know if RJ Barrett was what that team needed per se with the pieces they have around him.
Definitely.